What's up, everybody? My name's Trey and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm just going to give you breakdown of what I am trying to achieve for this year of 2026. Because, I got New Year's resolution. I guess this is a New Year's resolution video that I probably should have done and released it like on the first, but it's only a couple days in, and I was still trying to figure out what exactly my New Year's resolution was supposed to be. So I am officially 5 months post ACL reconstructive surgery with the cadaver option. I really hope that I progress with my rehab and my recovery, and this year I'll be able to return to jogging, running, back to sports, and just feeling like I'm not consistently thinking about my knee when it comes to walking, doing step downs, or anything like that. So if I can just get back to feeling somewhat normal this year, that would be ideal. And I know you're supposed to like have a measurable way of doing that, because like what's feeling back to normal? I'm able to walk, so is that feeling back to normal? Is that my whole goal for the year? It's hard to kind of measure and quantify. I don't know how I'm feeling in terms of how I want to measure it, but I really just want to be back to initially when I wake up out of bed and I get out of bed, the first thing I think about is not my leg. It's not like, oh, I hope my knee doesn't buckle when I get out. Like, I hope I'm just able to get up and be like, oh man, it's a beautiful day. Like, I'm not really worried about my knee, I guess, specifically. Not only that, but I'm also trying to grow my sports podcast and grow it in more of a business and less of just a podcast that's for fun. So let me kind of explain what I mean by that. So I have Better Day Sports, which essentially was a sports podcast that I had with a buddy of mine, and now I'm trying to transition that concept into more of a sports news, sports recap, sports podcast, sports betting, fitness, health, nutrition, ACL recovery, because I feel like all of those things work really well together. So if you are talking about sports, injuries obviously happen in sports. So having different workouts, different plans, different motivations to help people through serious injuries like in ACL surgery and recovery, I think works really well alongside Better Day Sports, kind of acting as a subsidiary or just like a sub niche of, I guess, sports in general. So, how I'm trying to structure this, or at least what I have in my mind, and how I'm kind of trying to have it going forward, is I'm splitting up the roles of Better Day Sports between a couple of different people depending on who's actually going to be running it full time. I would like to have a sports bettor who is specifically making sports betting content for Better Day Sports, who's going to be posting, you know, daily free picks, sports betting content. What is spreads? What are the best sports betting books to use? What are traps that happen in parlays? How to build parlays? Things like that. We will be giving those picks away for free on social media in our sports Discord, and then we also will make a paid community if you want more than just the daily free pick. I'm hoping that the daily free pick will get people excited enough to join the free betting Discord, and then after they see a few wins under their belt from the free picks, they will move into the paid subscription model, which is giving them more than one pick a day if they are heavy into sports betting and things like that. So that person would be solely dedicated to sports betting content and posting on the Discord and on social media about their picks, their winners, their losers, things like that. We would have another section that's all geared towards fitness, nutrition, um, just how to take care of your body, because that's a big thing, especially in this day and age. And we've kind of seen the transition between, it used to be if you were a good athlete, it was simply because you had good genetics, or at least it seemed like that. Like when I was really young, it looked like you were good at sports because all you did all day was play sports, not necessarily because you worried about your nutrition or your fitness or what you were putting into your body to hopefully have a better outcome. And now it seems like That's all it is. I mean, you see LeBron, how much money he spends on his body. You see D Wade, Chris Paul, how they have, chefs, nutritionists, they have personal trainers, they have shooting coaches, they have dribbling coaches, they have just a plethora of people around them trying to help them get better. And that would be the same thing that we want to give to Better Day Sports. So, parents of athletes, younger athletes, athletes who are trying to get to the next level, well, how do you take care of your body? How important is stretching and mobility and hips and knees and injury prevention type of exercises that you normally wouldn't even think about unless you got injured. I, for instance, have always been a person that's really tried to do exercises that will strengthen my knees, because with strong knees, you have hamstrings, quads, calves. Like, the knees are really important as you age and things of that nature. But until I had ACL surgery, I didn't know about some of the other exercises I could have been doing to strengthen my knees, my hips, my ankles, my toes. I didn't know that you're, from what I understand, you're supposed to be able to move your toes out like this. And that's like an exercise. Like, if you have strong toes, you have strong feet, which correlates to a strong base and things of that, which I don't feel a lot of people talk about enough, especially for, parents, coaches, especially for young children who start off early playing sports in their careers. And then moving into a couple different avenues. So we have sports betting, we have fitness and nutrition. I would like to have someone specifically that's talking about bodybuilding. So, actual, how does your physique look? Sure, not all the training you do for sport directly correlates to you looking different in terms of doing push-ups for force and really pushing yourself off the ground. Well, that doesn't necessarily correlate to having massive arms or massive traps or aesthetically good looking body. So I think that's going to be one thing that we can have on the channel, is also, hey, how do you, maybe you are a former athlete and you still like to push yourself and try different things and see what your body can really do, and you're just no longer in that sports avenue. Bodybuilding might be the next best thing. You've probably grown up in the gym, you work out a lot, you like feeling fit, you like looking good. Well, now, how do you transition that into looking the best that you possibly can, changing some lifts, changing your volume, things of that nature? Also, I want to have somebody that's specifically focused on the strength side of things, so more like a power lifter type of background. Because sure, you can look as good as you want, you can have absolutely chiseled six-pack and 4% body fat, but if you are unable to lift anything, that means your muscles are just for show, which I'm not actually mad at it, because if you're bodybuilding, that's what you want to look good. You don't necessarily care how strong you are. But if you are somebody that's playing sports, you want to look good, feel good, lift heavy, be able to just throw people out the way. Like, you want to be able to dominate your sport mentally, physically, nutritionally. Is that a word? I don't know, but it should be nutritionally. Yeah, to dominate with the food that you eat. I don't know. You just want to be healthy, fit, and feel good about yourself. Then I also want to have sports updates specifically. So, trades that are coming out, injury updates, draft recaps. Also have something related to maybe fantasy specifically, because I know fantasy is big for a lot of people. I've never really been a fantasy person. And then probably the final aspect is the actual podcast, which I still want to run, but basically anybody who's involved in Better Day Sports will be making videos independently for the channel, and then also coming together as a group and then making a podcast together where we can just kind of talk about sports, like enjoy the things that we're actively looking up and documenting and making videos about all day long, and just kind of make that more fun and exciting. So I think if we kind of gear Better Day Sports towards more search based, content focused, how to drive views and monetize based on that, while the podcast is more for fun. We do that with the boys. We're just kind of having a good time talking about sports and having conversations with our friends. But that's not the main purpose of Better Day Sports. Better Day Sports business is to make money. It is to sell products and digital products like training guides, nutrition guides, things of that nature, while also being a fun place for me and the boys just to come and actually talk sports. Not only that, but then on the back end of Better Day Sports, I've been building out an affiliate network. So reaching out to people on social media, asking if they'll be affiliates. So whenever we roll out products, they would be able to get those products for free and then make videos for us so we can help promote our products. One of the products that I'm working on now is making our own supplement line. So I would like to do a bodybuilding show. I am recovering from my ACL, so I created my own pre-workout just because it seems like a lot of supplements have a lot of different additives and just not good ingredients in them, kind of very unnecessary ingredients, it seems like. So I just wanted to make more of a healthier, hopefully um, better acting supplement in the pre-workout that I make that's non-stem or no caffeine pre-workout. This first batch doesn't taste good at all. I would definitely have to work on dosing and things like that. But that's just one area that we are also hopefully going to be moving into. So after we're teaching people, hey, these are all the news highlights, big news that happened in the NFL, in college, maybe even some high school stuff as we grow, like All-American games, who's the top recruits coming out of high school, and things of that nature. We also have fitness, nutrition, kind of that mental health side, how to gear your workouts towards strength through hypertrophy, through bodybuilding. And then we are also having supplements as well as the back end of that. That say, hey, you have all this upfront stuff figured out. You figured out your routine. You finally got it going. Now let's make sure that you're eating well, you're working out good, and you're also fueling your body with the right supplements that'll get you to that next level. And then also selling products, not only supplements, but also like recovery products on the back end. So massage guns, ice pack, not ice pack. I don't know, whatever this thing is. I don't know, whatever. It's like it's essentially an ice pack. It's like an ice wrap. You put it around a specific body part and it just pumps ice water through there so you get a consistent stream of relaxation to your muscle. So products that will help people recover, supplements to help them go farther, and maybe specific training equipment is kind of how I am looking to build Better Day Sports. So having multiple people making tons of content. We have the podcast, we're having fun, we're gonna have supplements, we're gonna have physical products, we're gonna have digital products, and I hope it's a thing that we can really help people get to the next level when it comes to not only their fitness, when it comes to their sports, also their mental side, and also their recovery side. So kind of just moving everything in together and working. So in an industry that is so fluff, it seems, where a lot of people are selling supplements that have a lot of additives in there that don't necessarily do what they say they're going to do. Not only that, but people who say that, hey, you'll get big and strong doing that, when in reality they're just taking really hardcore supplements, or they're doing things to their body that they would never tell you to do to your body. So I was like, why not instead we are going to document everything that we're doing, put it in a clean, concise package, which is Better Day Sports, and we can help people on all aspects of their lives when it comes to being fit, healthy, nutrition, knowledge, entertainment, all that type of stuff. And that's exactly what I'm trying to build at Better Day Sports. So that's what I got going on that side. So really hoping to kind of finalize the team of Better Day Sports, figuring out who's going to be doing each category, make sure our schedules align, make sure everybody's signed into the Google Sheet and Google Docs so we can make sure that everybody's being held accountable to making videos and sending out samples and stuff like that. So a lot of moving parts, but I am really excited to kind of see everything come together for Better Day Sports. Outside of Better Day Sports, I'm also running an anime podcast. And I'm actually running that the exact same way because I think the concept of making a ton of content, posting that content on as many social media accounts that you possibly can that pay you for posting content, and then monetizing those views, turning around and then selling products, services, digital products, on the back end to help tie everything in together is how I'm running everything just kind of going forward. So on the anime podcast, it is called Anime Divers. If you want to go look it up, we don't have any videos posted yet, but Anime Divers is the same exact thing. So it's a podcast all about anime. So there'll be individual videos made about specific power systems and breakdowns, but then also a podcast where we come together and just say, hey, like, who's the best character in this anime? Or what's your hottest take from this anime? And I'm thinking on the back end, we're probably going to sell products that are related to gaming and anime. So probably some graphic tees, keyboards, mouses, gaming PCs, gaming monitors, and things of that nature. So we can still tie everything back in together. So most people that like anime also play video games or PC games. They probably have a pretty good setup when it comes to their microphone, to their lights, to their camera, to their keyboards, to the energy drinks that they drink. So there's just a number of things that we can target, I think, on the back end once we kind of build up the brand and we really build a community. Oh, and that's another thing. The Facebook page, I am going to go a lot. I'm going to be a lot more focused on Facebook because Facebook seems to be paying out the most for me right now. So far in January, it's 5 days into the new year so far, and I've already made $5 on my Facebook, which I know is not a lot. It's only $1 per day, but that was just off of me doing simple posting on my Facebook page and getting a couple hundred views. So if you're telling me that a couple hundred views equals $5, well, what would a couple thousand views, or a couple 100,000, a couple million, a couple tens of millions of views do on these platforms? So I really just want to just gear my content to just posting more content and not being afraid to post kind of anything. So this for me feels really weird in terms of, like, I didn't necessarily have a super in-depth script about exactly what I was talking about. I just really felt the need to make this video and put my goals kind of out there. I already have them on paper, but I just wanted to make a video and have something to look back on when this year progresses, to be like, okay, am I on track for my goals? Well, if my goals are building Better Day Sports and my anime podcast to be like real legit businesses, and in 6 months we have products being sold, we have monetization from multiple platforms for sponsors and things like that, I would say that we're on the right track. Obviously, I know it's going to be slow, but I'm trying to condense my year-long goals into month-long goals. I'm trying to just jam as much effort and time and dedication as I can into that specifically, and doing it quickly so that I can hopefully see those results start happening faster. I also am taking an ice bath every day to see if that really affects my recovery any differently. So I will keep you updated on that as well. And I'm also starting to journal, which I have found out that I absolutely hate. I hate everything about journaling. I don't enjoy it. I don't like writing. I even started doing like a voice memo to myself every day. So I've been doing that, but I think what I'm going to do instead is just make a video and record it, because I just don't like writing, if I'm being honest with you. So that's another thing. So document daily on what's going on. Be dedicated and disciplined, and try not to eat everything that I see. I have a seafood diet in terms of, like, I see food and I eat it. So trying not to do that, because Lord knows if I go on stage and I'm fat, I will probably cry. Like, you told me I tore my ACL and I'm fat when everybody else is shredded up here. Couldn't do it. But that's kind of an update. Let me know how you feel about kind of the 2026 outlook in the comment section down below, if you don't mind. If you're new to the channel, my name's Trey. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Nice to have you with us today, because I think 2026 is going to be a beautiful year. A lot of things are going to go well, and they are going to go well, not because they are supposed to go well, because I'm going to put in the work to make them go well. I'm going to make my own luck, or that's how I'm going into this year, and that's what I'm really going to be focused on in this year. So I really hope that you're excited for the new year. You're excited, you got some goals written down, and you're ready to attack it, because we're already 5 days in, and hopefully you're already crushing your New Year's resolutions, because I feel pretty good. It's only been 5 days, but pretty good about my progress so far. And just like that, I will see you in the next one. Peace.